there's a fire burning in my mind, and it's you who lit the match. Every moment I'm with you, I fantasize about something so wild, so daring. I wonder, should I reveal it all or let the mystery linger? When I think of you, my thoughts become untamed. The fantasies that dance in my head are so vivid, so intense, that I question if it's even real. But should I confess these desires or keep them hidden, locked away in my heart? Every time I close my eyes, I see us together doing things we've only whispered about. The wild side of me aches to confess, but I'm afraid of how you'll react. Will it bring us closer or push us apart? You have no idea how many times I've replayed this fantasy in my head. It's wild, passionate, and everything I've never said aloud. Part of me craves to confess it to you, but the other part wonders if it's better left as a secret. The things I want to do with you, I can't even find the words. The fantasies are so vivid, they feel almost too real. Should I reveal them to you or keep them hidden in the shadows of my mind? I'm consumed by thoughts of you, thoughts that go beyond the boundaries we've set. The wildest fantasies swirl in my mind every time I see you. But should I be bold enough to confess, or is this secret meant to remain hidden? There's a part of me that yearns to tell you every fantasy I have, to reveal how wild my thoughts of you truly are. But something holds me back. What if confessing changes everything between us? Every time I'm with you, my mind drifts to the most daring places. The fantasies I have are so intense that they scare me. But the bigger question is, should I ever confess these thoughts to you? I can't stop imagining what it would be like if I told you about the wild things I've been fantasizing. Would you embrace it, or would the truth push us apart? This thought lingers, tempting me to confess. There are fantasies I've been hiding, thoughts so wild they make my heart race just thinking about them. I want to tell you everything, but I fear how you'd react if you knew the depths of my desires. I never imagined that you would be the one to unlock this wild side of me. The fantasies I have are intense, bold, and unapologetic. But should I let you in on them, or is it safer to keep them locked away? I've dreamed of something wild, something that involves just the two of us, in ways we've never spoken of. I wonder, is it time to let you in on these fantasies, or will my confession change everything? The fantasies I have about you are unlike anything I've ever experienced. They're bold, raw, and untamed. But I keep asking myself, should I confess it all, or would that only complicate what we have? In my quiet moments, my thoughts run wild with fantasies about us. They're the kind of thoughts that would make anyone blush. But should I bring them to light or keep them hidden in the dark? The things I dream of doing with you are so wild, it almost feels unreal. I'm torn between wanting to confess and holding back, unsure if the truth would draw us closer or push us apart. My mind is filled with fantasies of you, wild, adventurous, and almost too much to handle. I want to confess every single one, but I'm afraid of how you'll look at me afterward. The fantasies I have of us are so vivid, it feels like they've already happened. But should I let you in on these thoughts, or will it change how you see me forever? I've been keeping these wild thoughts to myself for so long, and now they're burning a hole in my heart. Should I risk confessing everything to you, or let the fantasies remain where they belong in my mind? There's a wild side of me that only you bring out. The fantasies I have are unlike anything I've ever felt before. Should I confess them to you, or is it better to keep them as secret desires? My fantasies of us are bold, daring, and unlike anything I've ever shared with anyone. But should I confess what's been on my mind, or is it better left unsaid? These fantasies have taken on a life of their own, and I can't stop thinking about them. But should I confess everything to you, or am I better off keeping these wild thoughts to myself? Every time I think of you, my mind drifts to fantasies I never thought I'd have. They're so wild, they almost scare me. Should I confess, or will the truth complicate what we have? I've been fantasizing about you in ways I can't even describe. The thoughts are so wild, they make my heart race. But should I confess them to you, or is that too dangerous? You have no idea the kind of fantasies I've been having about you. They're bold, wild, and they consume me. But I keep asking myself, is it time to confess, or should I keep them locked away? The wild fantasies I have of us feel so real. It's almost as if they've already happened. I want to confess them to you, but I'm terrified of how you'd react. There's a wild fantasy I've been keeping hidden for so long, and it involves you in ways I've never imagined. Should I let you in on it, or would that ruin the magic between us? The fantasies I have of us are the kind that make my heart race and my mind wander. I've kept them to myself for too long, but should I finally confess, or is it better left unsaid? The thoughts I've been having about you are wild, untamed, and consuming. Every time I think about confessing them, I wonder if I'm ready for what might happen next. I never thought I'd have such wild fantasies, but here I am, thinking about us in ways I can't even explain. Should I tell you everything or keep these thoughts as my secret? These fantasies of mine have a way of taking over my mind, especially when I'm near you. They're wild and thrilling, but is it wise to confess them, or should I leave things as they are? The wildest part of my imagination is where you live now. I've been fantasizing about something so bold, so intense. But is it time to confess, or should I keep it locked away? I can't seem to escape these fantasies I have of us. They're wild and reckless, and I keep asking myself if I should tell you or just let them remain in the shadows of my mind. The fantasies I have are so intense, they almost scare me. They involve you in ways that are wild and unpredictable. But should I confess what's been on my mind or keep it as my secret? I've been fantasizing about something with you, something so wild it feels dangerous to even think about it. Should I confess these thoughts, or is it better to keep them to myself? Every time I'm with you, my thoughts turn wild. The fantasies that come to mind are so vivid, it's hard to believe they aren't real. Should I confess, or is that a risk I'm not ready to take? I can't stop these fantasies from filling my head, and every one of them involves you. They're bold, daring, and I wonder if you'd even believe me if I confessed. The fantasies I have are untamed, wild, and so vivid, they feel real. But should I confess them to you, or is it too dangerous to reveal what's truly on my mind? The thoughts I have of us are wild and passionate, and they consume me every day. Should I confess these desires, or would that change everything between us? I've been keeping these fantasies to myself for so long, but they're starting to spill over. Should I tell you everything, or keep them hidden in the deepest corners of my mind? Every time I close my eyes, I see us together in ways we've never been before. My fantasies are wild, bold, and I wonder if I should confess them to you or let them remain as just thoughts. These wild fantasies have taken on a life of their own, and they're all about you. Should I confess what I've been thinking, or would that be crossing a line I can't come back from? My mind is filled with fantasies of you that are so wild I almost can't believe they're mine. But should I confess, or keep them hidden where only I can find them? I've been fantasizing about something wild between us, something I've never shared with anyone. Should I tell you everything, or would that change the way you see me?